So this video here is just going to be a kind of like a speed mapping video. It's not going to be, or in fact I'm just going to leave it in real time. I might speed up slow parts, but it's not going to be a whole lot of me talking in this one. Essentially I'm just going to make a simple fight yard map similar to the pool day one, but I'm going to plan it out a little bit more, use some better dev textures and so on. So I think I'll start with maybe a bit bigger than that. Probably about 1536 by 1536. I think for reference, I'll just check how many units is DE Dust 2 and Hammer. Size of it. Oh, I'm not entirely sure here. I think it's about 4,000 by 4,000. So that's really big. I don't want to have a fight yard map that's that big, but about a third of the size of that is probably a good, decent size. I'm going to put the skybox in later. I'm just going to focus on the initial part here. I'm going to make the 3D thing a bit tighter here. And I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm actually just going to add the floor first. So I'm going to add this floor. Ugh, I don't really want that texture. I'm going to put no draw as my main texture. I'm going to lay out the main part of it all as no draw. I'll just click apply, no draw, apply. So I'm going to set everything out as no draw to start with. Now I will get some walls here. Let's get some walls that go all the way up. I'm kind of going to build these outwards, make sure they sit on top there, bring them up. Oh, not too far, maybe about 380. Yep, that's good. I'll duplicate this one over here. So get the selection tool, duplicate it over to there. And I'm pretty sure you can rotate as well in here. Yeah, if you just click on it, you can then rotate it. And it will snap to certain increments. And I'll bring that up to there and hold shift and duplicate it down to there. So I've got some walls here. Inside here, I'm going to build a platform on the outside. I'm going to bring that down. So it's going to be multi-leveled, this one. Hit enter and then bring that across to there, duplicate it. I'm not going to worry about duplicating this bit. I'm just going to draw that in there. That should be the same, and then duplicate that down to here. So if I look at this now from the top, it's kind of hard to see with that on. I'll just change it to view 3D. I hate it when it does that. Click on this one, view 3D filled polygons. There we go. So now I can see that a lot clearer. All right, in the center, I'm going to have a building. And that building is going to maybe, yeah, it'll be around this height here. Oops. Yep, that's a good height for it. And I'm going to start adding some ramps that come out from this building. So let's have a look at how I can do this. I'm going to draw it from here to here. I might actually put in a player now, just so I get a reference for size. Okay, so if I look at that there, that ramp's probably enough, but that's going to be more comfortable. So I hit that there, and I'm going to bring this up to that size. Now I may actually go minus on the grid, make it a bit smaller, and make it that size there. And I'll duplicate this grid, this one over to here, and also down to here, and I'll click it and rotate it. Doesn't seem to be a way to snap it, but that's fine. To there, and then hold shift and move that up to there. You can always increase the map size and you get bigger snapping points. Okay, so I've got this happening here, which is all looking pretty good. In the center here, I'm going to make another building that's on top. And bring that one up. like that, and hit enter. And that'll do for now. Okay, so I've got some basic functionality here. Now with each of these, I'm going to actually make this map a little bit bigger. And because I haven't done the cave and the outside yet, it's all good. I can just pull this one back to there. And with this one, go to here and pull it back to there. Might pull this one to there as well. So it's 256, 256. This one here, 256, and then that one there, once again 256, like that. And I will add in some ramps along the top of this one here as well, but these are going to be a bit thinner, so I'll change that to there, change that up, subtract it, make it 16. Well, that doesn't go all the way out, it's because it needs to go to there. Hit enter, adds that one in, and I'll duplicate that to the other side. Now I'm just making this up as I go along. Of course, if things, the great thing about the Hammer editor is that you can easily test it in game, and when you test it in game, you can see, is it unbalanced, does it need to be fixed, etc. And I'll duplicate that down to there. Okay, so I will need to add some extra stuff here. I'm going to need to modify this and bring that out to there. And same for this side here. And this one as well. Okay, now I do need some stairs, and stairs are a little bit of a time-consuming process in here. So I'm going to make some stairs going up here. Now stairs need to be at most 16 units high. So I'm actually going to go into the side view for this here. I'll just make a block. I'm going to make it here, just so I know where I am. Okay, let's go over here. And that's going to come right down to there. Not that small. Like that. Now that's too high. At most it needs to be 16, but it is better to have it set to 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in down in this area here and click the minus button to bring it down to 16. And then in top view, I'll bring that stair out so it's 64 wide. So that's pretty good. I might actually make it a little bit wider there. Okay, so I hit enter. I'm just going to make these steps this size for now. Hit enter. And then it's just a matter of duplicating this. Not that way. Here we go. This is the view I want to be in, this one here. So I'll zoom in here and just duplicate these. All the way up to there. And with this one here, I may as well just duplicate it one more time. Like that. So now what I'm going to do though is make a solid bit underneath here. And to do, well actually before I do that, I'm going to select all of these. I'm just going to cut half of these off. I don't need this entire area. So with the clipping tool, I'm going to grab that corner there and clip it all the way down to there. I want to keep that top half, hit enter. The bottom part is gone. I'll probably make some changes up here as well in a sec. Actually with this one I can just pull that down to there. That's all good. Now I'm going to make a cube, and that cube's going to go from there to there. That's all good. You can see that outlines the shape. And then you've probably figured it out, I'm going to cut that cube in half and just keep the bottom part of it. So I get some steps there, and I can group all of these together. Tools, group, they will all act as one object now. So I can duplicate this, bring that over to that side, and rotate that around. Oh, it's really tricky to get that matching. I'm sure there's a key that will snap it to it. So I've got those stairs going up there and there. I don't think I need to put stairs here, but I am going to put some stairs going up to this top area here. So let's just bring these down to here. Wrong place. Down to there, and bring them up to the next level so that they sit there, and I'll put them in the corner like that. And then same on that other corner over there. So I'll grab these ones, duplicate them over to there, and in top view move them up to there. Alright, so I've got some stairs going up and down. There's locations to get to. It's all looking pretty good, except for that out there, which I don't think I moved this all the way. No, I haven't, so I'll move that one more unit. Alright, so I've got the basic functionality here of a map. Now what I want to add is some internal parts of this here. So this is going to be fairly straightforward. I'm just going to go Tools, Make Hollow. And I'm going to make it hollow by 16 inwards. Now you can't see that, but if I go Tools, Ungroup, I'm actually going to... actually, no, I'm not going to ungroup it. Tools, Group. I'm going to do some carving in here. I probably could just remove the floor, actually. So I'll go Tools, Ungroup, just select the bottom here. Why won't that ungroup? It's a bit weird. Control U. Oh, there we go. Okay, just delete that bottom. And with these, if I select the walls here, I'm going to here and just pull those down so that they touch. That'll just save us some geometry. The roof's going to be fine. And I'm going to do some carving in here. So let's grab a cube, top view. We're going to send all the way through there. That's too high though. We want the door to be about that high, just a bit higher than our player. Okay, so I hit enter and then Tools, Carve. So that will then break this up here. I'm going to delete that. I've got that there, and I'll repeat the same on the other side. So it looks like it's all good. Yep, check that. Tools, Carve, and then delete that cube. Okay, and same with this one here. I'm going to add some, I guess, a doorway in here. So what I'll do is select it, make it hollow by 16. Tools, ungroup it. Just select that bottom, delete it. Select all those walls. And bring it down. And for this one, I'm probably going to go inside and make a few things in here. So looking inside this one, which is this area here, I'm going to add some blocks in the corner. I'll duplicate this to each corner. 1, 2. 3 and 4. And they're not perfectly in the corner, as you can see, but it's okay for what I want. I'm actually going to bring these up. So I'm going to select all of these. I'm not sure what entirely it is that I've selected over there. Let's go back to this. That was weird. Okay. Okay, somehow I've enabled something, so I'm just going to delete these. And I'll draw them in again. I will just turn the grid down so I can get them where I wanted, which was right in the corner. Okay, so that's perfectly in the corner now. And I'll grab that. I'm not entirely sure what's happened here. Got some weird selection thing happening. Now let's try that one more time. Select, okay, there we go. That's all good. Move those into the corners. For each of those, actually, I am going to make them a little bit smaller. Just bring that down 1 unit. And we'll carve this door out. Now, there's another way to carve doors, and I'm going to just show you that way here. So I'll go into the side view, and I'm going to carve that down there, but I'm going to hit Shift X and keep both of those units. And then draw down there, hit Enter, and draw across here, hit Enter. And then select that unit there and delete that. Okay, now that probably wasn't the best place to put the door. I didn't think about that. So I'll just undo that and I'll do it on the other side, which is right here. So if I select this wall, you can see there's no staircase on that one there. Carve down there, hit Enter. And I say carve, but I actually mean clip. And then across there, hit Enter, delete that, and I've got that room there. What I could do in this case is just delete that entire wall, select these, and then duplicate them across to that side. Okay, so that'll give me that same location there. In here, I'm going to build another wall. So this is inside here. Get a wall there, which I'm actually going to change so that it goes all the way across to cover that entryway, and duplicate that down to there. So there's some cover when you go inside there. Alright, so I've got some stairs going up here. There's not a lot of cover around here. So this is where I'm going to put in some railings. Keep in mind everything currently has no draw on it. So if I tested this map, I wouldn't see anything. It would just be nothing. I would clip against it, but I wouldn't actually see anything. I'd just see a big hall of mirrors, which would be really bizarre. So in here, what I'm going to do is draw some railings. And the way I can draw railings is pretty easy. I'm just going to bring that up to there. My railings are going to be 32 high. they're also, I'm going to make them really tiny. So I'm going to actually bring it up so that there's nothing there. And you'll see that it changes it to 1. It doesn't go to 0. It always goes to 1. So I don't actually want them to be there though. I want them to be further out. So I'll draw it again. There to there. Bring it to 16 and then back to 1. And I'll bring that up to there and size down to 32. Hit enter. So that gives me a railing that's 1 unit wide. Okay, so I can use that 1 unit wide railing there. I don't want it to go all the way to the end because I want to be able to move off onto my steps. So I'm going to bring that back to there. And then it's just a matter of duplicating this again until I get it all done. So duplicating this is a little bit difficult though. Because it wants to select that other thing there. So I hold shift. I can duplicate it this way though. Do it like that. And then move it down to this wall. Sorry, this side over here. I accidentally moved it upwards. This is a bit irritating. There's the X there. So I want to move it to there and back down that way. There we go. Okay, so I've got a railing there as well. Now I could make a few more of these railings, and I probably will. I'll make railings that go around here, railings that go along here, pretty much railings everywhere. I'm going to make them. It's just going to take a bit of time. In fact, it's probably best and quicker not to duplicate these at all, but to actually just make them straight onto here. So if I select that, I can see here there's space for me to make a railing, and I'll just go into it and make a railing. So we look at this, going to here, make it that size, and bring it up so it sits on it, 32. And bring it in so it's just 1 unit. Hit enter, that goes to there. Same down here. Now it should remember the height, but it doesn't in some cases until you've repeated it a few times. It goes down to there, bring that down to there, hit enter, that's done. And then I'll just move it down a little bit. Repeat that railing there. It doesn't seem to want to remember down here. Hit enter, done. So it's a time-consuming process, but it's not over the top. It doesn't take forever to do it. There is a reason I'm making it 32 by 32 for the railing. There is a texture, a railing texture, which is 32 by 32. So I've got all these railings along the top here. For example, along this bit, I'll select that. After a while, it starts to get complicated over here. I'll see if there's a way to hide some of that stuff. So I'm going to put this texture all the way down to here. Bring that up, 32, and then bring that in so it's 1, hit enter. I've got a railing that goes along there. And I could make like a 1 by 1 unit that just sits in this corner here. It's not a big deal, really. But I do want to have railings that go along. It's going to obscure the view a little bit. Also make it a bit more difficult to just be able to sit up the top here and kind of snipe down into those areas. So in the next video, I'll have these parts done and we'll start texturing it. Make sure I save this. I'll call it FY for fight yard, FY pit, that'll do. And